Hi, my name is David, this is infj Writer, and today I'm doing something a little different. So something really cool happened. Last week I hit the 500 subscriber mark, and I just want to let you all know that I appreciate you very much, and I'm glad you're watching, and some of you seem pretty entertained by how ridiculous I tend to be, which is I guess that's okay. Anyway, I thought I'd do a little behind the scenes thing. So I've scaled it down to about one video a week for the past couple weeks because I've been working on a project, and the project is a new office slash studio for YouTube stuff, and it's my writing loft and all sorts of great things. And it's only been 12 years in the making because I'm an expert procrastinator, because if procrastination was like an Olympic sport, I would not compete, because I wouldn't be able to fill out the paperwork on time. Anyway, I thought I'd do something kind of fun and give you guys a little tour and just kind of like zoom around a little bit and show you some of the details. If you have questions about something that you see, certainly ask. Everything in here is in here for a reason. I'm big on that kind of thing. I like to have stuff around that makes me remember something or feel something. And then I'm going to sit down and record my first video in the new space, and hope you watch through the whole thing and comment and all that kind of stuff, because I do have a question for all of you. And well, here we go. Let me show you the new place. So hey there, gentle viewer, and boy, this is exciting. So here it is, my new space, and where I'm going to be doing videos from now on in my little writing loft that you just got a nice tour of, and hopefully enjoyed. If you have questions, like I said, about anything that you've seen in here, I know it went by kind of quick on some things, just let me know. I love talking about this kind of little things that I've collected over time and whatever else. So hey, and something else I wanted to address real quick is that there's been a lot of activity on my channel of late. I don't know what happened. I think YouTube started shoving some of my infj videos on the recommended list for people to, like, you should watch this one and you should watch this one. And as a result, I've met some really, some of you are just really cool people, and I've been really enjoying writing back and forth. It can get a little overwhelming. With emails and stuff dinging and be like, somebody commented. And so what I try to do is in the morning, or if I can during the day, but typically in the morning, is dedicate like a half hour and just rapid fire try and reply and respond to you. I really want to engage with people and on this kind of stuff, because I think it's cool, particularly, and this is something that's near and dear to me, is that I'm seeing a bunch of you that are like, hey, I'm a writer too, and I'm on infj as well. And that's just awesome, because believe me, I get it. I know what it's like to go through that kind of stuff, because I'm going through that kind of stuff. So as a result, well, yeah, also have been hit by a couple of trolls like, you're lame, bro, and whatnot. And I'm just, whatever, you just go away. So anyway, here I am, and here's what I'm going to talk about on this video, because it's something that came up recently, and in terms of writing, but really for any kind of creative pursuit that any of you may have. And this is where I want to know a little bit about you, and if you encounter this and how you handle it, because it's something that I struggle a great deal with. And what ended up happening was in when you're writing, and there's a bug. One of the things you do is you seek out people that we would call beta readers. And a beta reader is somebody that takes, the pretty raw stuff that you've written and reads through it and gives you feedback. And is like, okay, like this really works for me. I like these characters, and so on and so forth. For me, when I do when I work with a beta reader is I'll give them a list of things like, okay, what was this character like? Were you able to relate to them? Did you like the story so far? Etc., etc. And they'll reply back, and if I know I'm on the right track, then I'm super happy, and I keep writing and writing and writing. And if I'm not on the right track, then I'm like, crap, and I have to redo a whole bunch of stuff, and then I just eat tacos, and I don't do it for a while because about the whole procrastination thing, right? Anywho, so I had sent what I was writing to a beta reader of mine who is also a friend of mine and a writer that I very much respect, because I was able to read her writing and beta read a little bit for her, and I really, really enjoyed it. And so I'm like, cool, this is somebody that I want to have my words in front of and see what kind of a response I got. And I got a glowing response. I got really great feedback on it. And then she said something that was, I know it was a compliment, but it absolutely scrambled up my brain as to how to respond to it. The compliment was something along the lines of, we both know you're a more skilled writer than I am, which is what she said to me. And as soon as I saw that, I have to say, I cringed. And I'm not really sure why. My brain had a breakdown. And I mean, I appreciate any compliment that anybody throws at me. It's always really nice, and I always tell people all the time. I mean, shoot, most of you watching, if you've commented before, you've seen me say something like thank you or I appreciate you or whatever else, because that is something I just believe in doing for people. But in this case, I mean, she gave me amazing feedback and then said that, and I'm like, how do I respond? Because part of my brain is like, okay, if you say, like, yeah, I know I'm the better writer, well, that's super crappy. Like, I'm not going to do that. And then on the other hand, like, I can't do the whole thing like, oh, this old thing. Like, I can't play that with people. I never do that anyway. But in this case in particular, if I'm like, no, I suck. Like, I just threw up words and by accident they fell in a great place. Like, that wouldn't look good for her, because then she's saying that, like, you know, she's complimenting me, saying you're a more skilled writer, and then I'm saying that I suck. So what does that say about you? Like, no matter what, I felt like I really couldn't win. So what I ended up doing was just saying, look, knock off that nonsense. You're an amazing writer, and I respect you a great deal, you know, and thank you for the compliment, but stop. Please stop saying things like that to me. I can't take it. Part of this goes back to a whole humility thing that I tend to have. I try to stay as humble as possible. I try to always have an open mind. I can always learn from somebody. I can always learn something, you know, and never have such a rigid view of something that it's my way or the highway. You know, unless it's my story, I guess. If it's my story, it's my story. But I still listen to feedback, and if somebody's like, hey, like, this part was awesome, you should do more like that, well, then I'm going to listen. Or if somebody was like, wow, this character is horrifying and I hate them, then I'm going to listen to that too. So this is what's been on my mind for the last, I don't know, week or so. And I'm curious to know how you handle it. How do you handle compliments from people? How do you say thank you? How do you do it in such a way that it doesn't... How do you do it in such a way that it doesn't come off as egotistical, but it still comes off as respectful to the other person? I don't know. I guess I'm just curious as to how you handle compliments, and how do you handle, you know, accepting it and being okay with it and being like, yes, that's, you know, this is really good, and so on and so forth. And just what are your thoughts on this kind of stuff? Please, pretty please, shoot a comment down there and just tell me, like, what is it that you've encountered that has been like this, and how do you handle it? Do compliments make you uncomfortable like they make me uncomfortable sometimes? And I don't really know why. I'm trying to wrap my head around the whole thing as well. I'm just really curious about your thoughts. So today I wanted to show you this new awesome space, and hopefully you get that. If you're a musician, you'll know the sign. You'll get the sign. And I hope you like it. And boy, I'm going to be coming at you with a whole bunch of stuff. The video last week, you guys gave me some amazing ideas for stuff to do and things to touch on and talk about. And so until that time, I'm going to go relax, because this was a big project, and I need a couple days to just kind of chill. But I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.